Hello, everyone. I'm coming today to share some insights about a movie that I went to watch last night. And it is Frozen 2. I'm sure you have heard of it. And it is all related to our family system. And I found it very interesting because a friend of mine, I do family and systemic constellations. And for the ones that don't know what that is, it is a possibility to transcend dysfunctional memories from our ancestral tree. And this movie is pretty much a family constellation. Maybe the person who wrote the script knew about constellations because a friend of mine told me, Maya, you have to go watch this because this is just like a constellation. And I was like, okay, let's see. So last night I invited my son to come with me and we went to watch the movie. I have a question to begin. Do you know what secrets your family or your ancestors could be holding or hiding that could be affecting you today? It could be affecting actually your potential, your relationships, your health, your finances. It can be affecting you in many ways and you might not know. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the movie as an analogy with a life. Let's see. The ones that haven't seen the movie, you don't have to see the very first one. The second one is going to be enough. In the story, there are two girls that they were princes before, right? Their parents died, and now one of them became the queen. And she's in charge of taking care of this kingdom. This new queen, her name is Elsa, and she's got these powers where she can make water become ice, and she can create figures, and she can play with that, and she doesn't know where this magic comes from. But in the first movie, she accepted that that's just a gift. In this second part, she notices that her and the second sister, I'm sorry, the youngest one, she has also powers that are not like hers, but it's more like about being intelligent and very smart and brave, I would say, very brave. And so the two of them have a good team, let's put it this way. So at the beginning of the movie, Elsa, she starts listening to this call. It's a call. It's like a voice that is calling, like a song. And she tries to be deaf to that sound. It's like, something is calling me. I don't want to go there because my reign, my kingdom seems to be in harmony at this moment. But deep inside her, she knew something was missing. It's like there's something else that it's like a piece of the puzzle that is missing. And you know it, but you don't want to do much about it. Same thing happens in the movie. And same thing happens maybe in your life. Sometimes we don't want to attend that call because it might bring commotion and we don't want to go through that. She didn't want to go through that in the movie. She's like, if I go to that call, maybe something can happen here. I'm just gonna be deaf to it, right? But the call was so strong. One night she goes to sleep and the call wakes her up. It's a wake-up call. And she finally said, okay, I'm gonna follow you to see what you wanna tell me. And she activated a memory when she decided to follow the call. Why am I talking about memories? We all have memories from our ancestors. We genetically carry some information, but we also carry the memories from our ancestors, the ones that they used to survive, for example, the ones that how they deal with relationships, some secrets that weren't resolved, dysfunction because they couldn't resolve. Those memories become dysfunctional and pass on to the next generations until someone or some of the descendants can be able to resolve it. But the thing is that we here cannot remember what happened back there. It was long, long ago, maybe. But still, it's affecting us. And if it's not affecting me, maybe it's affecting my descendants, or it will be affecting my descendants at a certain point, any of them, because we all came with a mission to resolve something in our system, in our family system. We have many missions. It's different than the purpose that we came to do, or it could be your purpose in life. I don't know. It's all different in each of us. But one of the missions that we took before coming here was saying, okay, I'm going to go to the system and I'm going to help resolve this issue. So that was the call that Elsa had. And she awakened the memory when she remembered like the elements and she mentioned them. She knew that call was awakened. The memory awakened and she needed to go follow and see what it was that was affecting her that she needed to find peace. So when she woke up that memory, the whole kingdom got in this harmony. Everything was like in commotion, like the streets and the lights and all the people that was living in that town had to leave and go find a place to be safer because it wasn't going to be safe there. And many times that happens in our life too. It's like when we wake up something or we decide to go for that call, things like get shaky. You know, it could be in your relationship, it could be in your health, it could be in your finances, it could be mentioned. But it's the same thing. We are just comparing the movie with our lives. It's an analogy. So she goes with her sister, says, sister, we gotta go and I'm going to take this call and see what it is that we need to resolve in the past. And they walk and they have to go through a mist. There is like this mist that is covering these woods. It's behind the woods. And when they get to the mist, and the interesting thing is that she worked with water. Water and ice were her power. So the mist doesn't allow you to see. You cannot see well when you are in the mist. Well, she needed to go through that mist to get to the woods where everything was happening and find the secret or the truth. When she starts walking through the mist, she starts seeing memories of people and things that happen in that area. Because the memories are, I'm going to explain this so you can understand. We all have a field of memories. We all have a collective field where all the memories that you live in your life are there, of your childhood, of your parents, of your ancestors, and the whole humanity memories are there. Especially the ones that weren't resolved are still pulsing. They are still awakened because they haven't been taken care of. And someone needs to go take care of one of those. Like one is part of our mission. Okay, I take this one, you take that one, you take that one. Let's all resolve this. Because when one resolves, everything gets resolved. We all get connected to that resolution and we heal. And this happens in a major level, let's put it this way. Okay, so she goes through the mist and she starts seeing these memories. Like, wow, this is mom, this is dad. What happened here? When she goes through it, she finds some people from her kingdom, like the military part, and then the natives from the woods. And they were kind of fighting to each other. They wanted to fight to each other. And she stopped that fight and said, why are you guys fighting? And they realized that she's the one that comes to resolve something that wasn't resolved because they couldn't see the light. It was like 30 some years and they couldn't see the light. They couldn't go through that mist because something happened there that they couldn't see. We're gonna find out what it was. So she needs to go farther and she needs to go across the ocean. The ocean it holds, oh wait, before I go there, part of what she sees in the memories is that, and she was told as a child also as part of a story that mom and dad will tell her, but didn't really tell her all the truth or all what happened there. And it was that the king decided to be like a bridge to connect with this tribe of natives. But maybe what the king wanted really was maybe to take the power of everything. And the natives trusted in him that he came in a friendly way. So they on guard, they didn't have any protection, they just were friendly and they thought these guys came in a friendly way. So they were pretty much, just open. And the king really had another plan. So part of the mystery is there. When the king comes, he comes with his younger or his kid, his prince, right? The prince, which later became the dad of these two girls. And when they got there, he got distracted by this girl, this native girl, and they go into the woods. All of a sudden, when he turns around, there is a battle happening here, and he doesn't get to see more. But he falls and hits his head and loses consciousness. So this girl picks him up and saves him. Yeah. It happens that these two guys fall in love, and he's got to come back and take the kingdom, and she comes with him. Part of it is that here is something happening because she is from the natives and he is from the kingdom. And she saves this guy who pretty much would say that it was the enemy. So when she does that, it's like a betrayal to his tribe, through her tribe. I'm sorry, the betrayal to her tribe. And she goes with him and lead this kingdom. And these girls are born from that. So what happened, that memory of what happened there, wasn't really resolved. And she needed to go find the truth. So Elsa she needs to go across the ocean where all the unconscious memories are. Like the ocean holds all our unconsciousness, the deep, deep, deep memories that we cannot recognize. And this one was very isolated because it was in an isle. And she needed to go across the ocean, and there was a spirit of the ocean that actually she had to battle. And even though she could use ice to make path and everything, he was very strong. And it was like a horse, and it was trying to avoid her to get to that. And in life, we find that I want to go see what happened there, but something doesn't allow me to get there. And so she had to fight that, and finally got to tame the horse. And the horse took her to the island. When she gets to the island, she sees that everything is made of ice as her kingdom. She could make ice. It's like, wow, I'm at home. This is pretty much what I am. And she had those two parts of her inside, the natives and also the ones from the king. So it's like some magic and some human in her. And there were the 4 elements were there, and there was one element missing, and that was her. She was going to be the alchemist to find, through finding what it was, she could change that memory. And so there she was. She stands in the middle of the elements and she can finally see what happened that moment. Her grandparent, her grandfather killed the chief, the native chief, without, it wasn't like unfair because he wasn't seen, he wasn't protected. That wasn't like a confrontation, it was more like a betrayal. And when she confronted that truth, she said, oh, that's what it was. And she needs to go and see. Before that happened, she wanted to see her grandfather's thoughts. So she had to go actually deeper into her unconscious. So she went down to another place, very dark, where she listened to grandfather saying, we're gonna do this is the strategy. When they don't do this, then we're gonna attack. Yeah. And so that's what happened. But she froze down there. It was so cold, there was no love in there. There was no compassion in there. So she felt it. It was so cold that even her that was like ice producing started to get cold and freezing. And she froze actually. Before freezing, she sent a message. And her sister outside got to see what happened between the grandfather and the chief, the native chief. And so this bridge was holding also a water dam, I think it's a dam, and water keeps memories. That's why we keep memories at a cellular level. Our blood, our bones, all the DNA in us is carrying memories. So what happened in that moment when that happened had a memory. The mist had a memory that was speaking. The water, the ocean had the memory speaking. The ice had a memory that was speaking. Everything had a memory, and she had to be there to resolve that. Her sister outside got the message and say, we need to liberate the water that was containing all of those emotions that weren't healthy. It was a dysfunction that happened when that moment happened. And so she awakened these giants, and these giants started throwing stones at her. She was running towards the bridge. And they hit the bridge and the dam, and the whole water started like coming, and that was gonna come to the kingdom. When that happened, she released the memory and every emotion that was there tightened. It's like it was like something that wasn't resolved, and it was still there contained. And with this releasing, the liberation happened. But this water was coming towards the kingdom. It could brush it out. And at that moment, Elsa finally gets back to be herself and comes, and she's able to make something for the water not to touch the kingdom. So she creates calm again. But she discovered what it was. So my question to you is, do you know what secrets your family are holding that could be affecting you? It could be betrayal, it could be a secret, it could be rejection, it could be abandonment, it could be injustice, it could be humiliation. There are so many memories that are dysfunctional that we are living today and we don't recognize them. We need to do just as Elsa, go and find it back there in the past. The story is, and how do I do that? Because Elsa had the magic of the movie. And what about us, right? Well, that's what I do. I facilitate family and systemic constellations. And you might say, what is that? A constellation can help you transcend those memories by seeing that field of memories. We place different members of your family, and they have a feeling of what happened back then that is affecting you today. And we change that through a representation. We can change that by liberating, as she did with the water, right? Liberation of that memory. We can resolve, we can have a resolution, a reconciliation between, for example, in this part was between the natives and the king. Because however it happened, it was a decision for this guy to be maybe the perpetrator and this one the victim before anything else, and someone else needed to resolve it through love, through the real love. And that's why Elsa came into the scene. And that's what you can do. You have the power to change something and to help heal your system. So my invitation for you is to watch the movie and to look into yourself and to listen to that call. If you're ready for that, you can contact me you can text me here and say, hey Maya, I'm interested on finding out what my memories are and how they can be affecting me, and I haven't been able to see it. Or maybe you are already seeing it because maybe I don't have healthy relationships. Maybe I'm carrying a disease in my body. Maybe I'm having issues with my finances. Maybe I have this potential and I just haven't been able to make it happen. Maybe I have this purpose and I just don't know how to start because something is holding me back. There you go. Then contact me. You can find me also in Facebook and in Instagram as Maya Dari del Sol. You can send me a message in Messenger, by Messenger. And I work online, or I work also presential, like one-on-one sessions or group sessions if you live in the area of Kissimmee in Orlando, in the area of Orlando in Florida. I work online one-on-one, and pretty soon we will be doing group sessions online as well through Zoom. So I will let you know. Please send me a message. And if you want also to get information on our online activities or our presential activities, you can send me your email, and so I can send you the information. Thank you for watching. I'll be coming back again with more information about how to transcend the dysfunctional memories of our past that can be affecting our present and what we want to manifest. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for subscribing. It will help me grow. It will help us all heal. Thank you.